Yo, what's up? This your boy here, Derek Branch here with SportsTalk365.com, and today I just want to talk about the recent retiring of Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck. As many of you already know, news broke last night, like around I think like around a little after 8 o'clock last night on Central Time. I was in Chili's hanging out with my family, eating. And I was watching the Miami versus Florida game. I just seen came across the screen, breaking news in red. Andrew Luck has informed the Indianapolis Colts that he's retiring per Adam Schefter. To me, not really surprised by it, not really caught off guard by it, because Andrew Luck came across to me as a player that just the he had bigger plans than football. Great guy, smart dude. To me, about he decided to stay in Stanford for his senior year, came back, got his degree in architecture. A lot of talking heads were complaining about that, ripping the player for going back, pursuing his education. Got his degree in architecture. Still was the number one pick in the draft the following year. Had some great moments with the Colts, but fortunately those injuries, mounted up. It's tough, but the guy was a warrior. He competed. He competed when he was on the field. With the stuff that he had, the players that was around him didn't have much. Until last year when he got the new front office with Chris Ballard in charge. But he's retiring. And now, to me, I think he goes on as the biggest, what if player in NFL history. What if he hadn't got those injuries? What if he had the proper head coach from the beginning? When the Colts decided to move on from Peyton Manning and Jim Caldwell, that whole regime just got pretty much let go after Peyton Manning suffered an injury. They decided to blow it up from scratch. I think Jim Irsay made a mistake, bringing in a defensive minded head coach. Chuck Pagano's a good coach, man, but he just wasn't, he struggled with everything else, every other, defensive minded head coach struggles with, which is having a lack of creativity when it comes to offense and with your quarterback. You just can't have a talent like Andrew Luck on the field. You just can't be like a game manager and just expect him to do everything with your team. But I think Luck goes down as the biggest, what if player in NFL history. There's some other players that were coming out of college, like a Jamarcus Russell, but they never had the build up as Andrew Luck. Luck was being billed as the greatest quarterback prospect in NFL history since Peyton Manning coming out of college. That's how big Andrew Luck was at the time. A lot of people had him as the next, transcendent player in the National Football League, but I didn't see him as that. But he was pretty good, but I didn't see him as a transcendent talent, But he's gone, man. I mean, I wish him nothing but the best, because the guy competed when he was on the field, man. Played with all those injuries, I think a spleen. He had to get surgery on the spleen and taken out, I believe, 1 year. Then in the following year, 2017, that was when the shoulder injury occurred, and he missed the whole season. Then next year he come back last year, put up those big numbers, MVP like numbers, 40 touchdown passes, I believe. With a good team, a solid roster that's built around him. So he's retired. Not surprised by it. These guys probably checked out. I'm not gonna be out here complaining about fantasy football, because I play fantasy football, but I'm not really invested into the game like that to where I'm said that Andrew Luck has retired, and there's other complaints about it. Things are busy in the game. Andrew Luck is a smart guy, man. Smart kid. Smart father, is pretty smart, in charge of XFL right now. So I think he's going to be successful in whatever he gets involved with. According to the reports, they say they're going to decide they're going to keep his money, let him keep his money after pay it back. But I wouldn't be surprised that if he decides to come back next season. Now, if he comes back with the Colts, that's completely different. That's a whole other story right there. But I wouldn't be surprised if he come back, if he returns next season. But for right now, he's retired. So I don't think he comes in the commentator booth. He's too smart for that. Not knocking Tony Romo for what he does, but I think he's bigger than that. Andrew Luck is a smart guy, and he'll find success in whatever he gets involved with. Um, but for right now, I think he is the biggest what if, player in NFL history right now. The numbers he will, what if, he didn't get hurt? What if he didn't suffer those injuries? I just want to bring up a point that was made a few years ago when Luck first came in the league. You might not agree with his takes on everything, but Jason Whitlock said at a time when Chuck Pagano was out, when he was battling the leukemia, that first season of Luck's first season with the Colts, and I think Bruce Arians took over, and they still made the playoffs, even though Pagano was out with the illness. He stated that it's cold-blooded, but maybe the coach should have fired Chuck Pagano that first year and made Bruce Arians the head coach. I mean, it's cold-blooded, but he has a valid point. As many of you know, Arians went on to Arizona, got with Carson Palmer, and Carson Palmer had that year when he put up those big numbers. I think it was 2015, I believe. Yeah, 2015. And that year that Cardinals went to the NFC Championship game, the Cardinals also had best offensive line in football at the time. So that's something to think about. What if Arians never left Indianapolis? I think Luck's career would be entirely different right now. Probably possibly a two-time MVP winner, Super Bowl contender, Super Bowl title. Who knows, man? But that's all I have for right now, man. Luck's retired. Won't be surprised if he decides to come back. That's all I have for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this situation. Do you think Andrew Luck will come back next season? Do you think he'll come back with the Colts? Give me a like, comment, subscribe. In the link in the description box below, check out sportstalk365.com. That's all I have for right now. Have a blessed day. I'm out. Peace.